I'm still pretty, like, hopped up on cough medicine and whatnot, so, bear with me. I wasn't going to shoot an episode, I was just going to kind of, like, lounge around, maybe, try to sleep off this cold, but I can't sleep, and there's nothing good to watch, so I'm playing Minecraft, because what else am I going to do, right? So, um, first thing is, I so many changes, like, you don't even know, like, it doesn't look like I did anything, like, off the top, like, right off the bat, it doesn't look like there's anything different, but trust me, I spent, like, 2 hours last night sipping on NyQuil, um, doing coding for, Tinker's Construct, so, I mean, we did some stuff, so just hang on, let me think about what I was trying to do here. Okay, yeah, got it. That's not how you make a mana flask? Tell me it takes a special bottle, and I'm gonna be, like, very upset. Okay, so it takes 8 of them unless you have the big ones. Do I have any of the big ones? I thought I had one. Guess not. Oh well, I got a good amount of these. So we'll take, I guess 2 of these. They stack? They do stack. And I guess we'll take 3, I don't know, 4 crystals, I guess. And we'll recharge this wand up. So, I was going through the configs to try to figure out why I couldn't upgrade the wand. In this particular mod pack, you can't just upgrade it straight from, crappy little dinky novice to full-on apprentice or full-on master. You have to get so much experience in the bar. So that's kind of what we're testing out now. And let's talk about these. So I don't know how to do the weapons yet, but so far in the armor materials, I know I learned how to change this. So, but I don't know how to change these yet, which I got to figure out because I want to make star metal quite a bit better. Like I want star metal to be quite a bit more desirable because it's like, well, it's star metal. Like you can only find in the end, and it's rare. So and I'm not sure if these numbers are right. Like 113.75, like that's like pretty ridiculous. And like 80, 2.67, 114, like those numbers are pretty high. Like I don't think there's anything that comes close to 100. Adamantine is 400, but that's from that same mod pack. So I'm thinking that's going to need to be, that's what I want to change, because if that multiplier is actually, what it multiplies, like for real, it's going to be like, I mean, your durability would never run out. Like, you would never have to repair your armor. I mean, the normal durability is usually around the 20 mark. I mean, 20, 40, But if you go into here and you're like, 100, that's like, so if you have a base durability of 1,000, it multiplies that by 100, so you have a base durability of 10,000, which is kind of cool. I mean, that does kind of make this more desirable, but I'd rather have it have a slight advantage in the armor and maybe different bonuses instead of, being like super ridiculously durable. But anyways, for some reason this one isn't working, which isn't that big of a deal because no normal person in any game or real life scenario is going to make 10 armor. But but I can't get the things to work on this one. But if you look, I got, let's go to, where's the first one? Bismuth was where it started, because that was from the, oh no, I did these ones. I gave dilithium invigorating. It's the same, I gave dilithium the same thing amethyst gets, because it's simple, to the point. And I gave this one shielding. It protects you from magical damage. That's mostly I did the shielding because it shields you from the anomalies and stuff, so I thought that'd be kind of makes sense, if that, you know what I mean, it kind of makes sense. Now, the models on these, I think they're just white, I don't know how that works exactly, but I wanted to make these a little more desirable, so I gave them, qualities, because I don't have a lot of uses for dilithium. I don't find a whole ton of it, but I don't really use a lot of it either. Once the crafting's done, you don't really need it for much. And then I put stuff on for most of these. I think this already had on it, and I think this already had on it. But yeah, bismuth was where it started. I gave bismuth ambitious. Bismuth is the stuff that you can chemically extract from Pepto-Bismol to make bismuth crystals. And I don't really know what its metallic qualities are, as a metal. So I just gave it ambitious, so it'd give you extra experience. It doesn't have really good stats, so you wouldn't really use it for much anyway. But I mean, if you decided you have extra bismuth, you wanted bismuth trim, then you get ambitious, Those were done already. Invar took me, well, I did both of these. These took me a little bit of time. I was messing around trying to figure out how to do 2 bonuses, which I didn't figure out, obviously. But I figured out how to do individual bonuses, which isn't that hard, but I couldn't figure out how to do multiple bonuses without crashing the game. So copper nickel, I don't even know how to pronounce that technically, but I gave it a copper trait. I figure if you're wearing it as the core, you get the ambitious, because it's kind of a softer metal. It's what I would expect, copper and nickel to be a softer metal. And I gave it prideful, so, if you get attacked and you have this as plates, it protects you, but it does more durability damage, which kind of makes sense because, once again, I kind of view this as a soft metal. And I figure copper nickel would be pretty electroconductive, so I kind of gave it the volactic bonus if you use it as trim. Because I just imagine that if you use the copper nickel compound, it would be pretty conductive. I mean, maybe not as much as actual just straight up copper, but still, I mean, it's a game, so sue me. If you don't like it, too bad. Go into the configs and change it yourself. Nah, I'm just kidding. It doesn't matter. Now, Invar. I don't really know much about Invar. I never heard of this metal in real life, so I don't know much about it. But it says it's iron and nickel, I think. Yeah, iron and nickel makes Invar. So I just kind of gave it random things that, kind of put it up there with steel. So I gave it subdue knockback. I don't know what that means. It doesn't let you get knockback damage, I guess, or I don't really know. Or it makes you have more knockback damage. Or I think it reduces knockback. And then Indomitable, it makes your armor more effective. You use those plates. And then less knockback for you, more for your attacker, for the trim. And that's just, like I said, this is just to give them some sort of bonuses. So no one's going to choose to use Invar over steel if it doesn't have something, a reason to do it. Because, I mean, I would rather use coal powder and iron than iron and nickel to make armor if I'm not even going to get any bonuses. Now, all this already had its stuff. Platinum gave me a little bit of trouble. I tried to make the core, or the plates, I tried to make the plates have the sparkly bonus, which I don't honestly know what that does, but I was going to get the plates have the sparkly bonus, but it wouldn't take. I don't know why. It's doing what the tin's doing. I could type in pretty much whatever I want, and it just ain't gonna, it just doesn't show up on here. So for platinum, I tried to think of something, and I figured platinum is a relatively tough metal, and it melts at a relatively high heat, so I gave it more durable bonuses, so it has dense, less knockback, pretty much the same thing I gave for Invar, because like I said, when I did this, I don't know what all the Tinker stuff does, not off the top of my head, and there's some stuff in the configs that for other medals that ain't in my mod pack that I was looking at that it could possibly use, and I don't know what they do, so I don't really want to use them, because that's just that. Plus, I don't know if it has the library, the lib folder. Would there be a lib folder for that? If just because it's in the configs doesn't mean I have the add-on for it. So yeah, that's pretty much that. So the only thing I got to fix yet is tin, and I have it. I looked it over 1,000 times, and it just won't show up here. Like, I don't know why. There's just something wrong. Besides that, I'm pretty happy with how it's set up basically. But that's one thing I did last night, and I hope it makes this part a little more enjoyable. I want to plan how to do the weapons next, because the folder I found, the configs folder I found to do this, only does the armor addendum. So, and it only changes traits. I don't know how to change like the actual attack and defense and stuff. Because I mean, if I could figure out more how to, like, change the casting stuff, that'd be really cool. Or if, like, you know how they have on Deep Mob Learning that you can, like, throw, or the glitch hearts in the water with lapis and stuff. If I learned how to do that kind of crafting configs, I could do some cool stuff. But I'm not holding my breath because, as it stands, I'm barely a novice. So I think we're gonna. I did some other changes. So, like, I found the Lycanites folder, and I gave I think I gave all of them a 5% increase in health per level, maybe, or 20% increase in health. Something like that, because I figured they were going down a little easy. I mean, I know I have a legendary rifle, but they're still going down a little easy. I think I wanted to make them a little tougher, so I think I gave them an increase in everything, like by either 5 or 20%. So they have a little more backing. One thing you got to look out for, we're going to harvest these because I had them planted a while back. These are the magical bean seeds that I made. Let's see what we get. But this, you can get anything from like diamonds and emeralds to like dye or flowers, I guess, is something you can get. See, I got all kinds of weird glass panes, which I don't know what I'll use those for. I'll probably just put them as a build or stick them up on a wall, maybe. I wonder if I uncraft them if I get the dye back. Probably not. I'd probably need all 16 of them or whatever. Or how many does it take? Like, you need 6 glass panes to make 16, or 6 pieces of glass to make 16 glass panes or something. Yeah, it didn't look like we got anything too good out of that. So I think we're going to go to the hunting dimension, which I increased all the Lycanites mobs by 5 or 10%, 5 or 20%, I can't remember. And then in the hunting dimension, all hunting dimension mobs have a 5 or 20% bonus. So I figured to make it a little bit tougher. Let's see if we can die. Let me eat real quick. Why isn't this working? I'm supposed to be able to sneak through. There we go. I can't remember what else I did. I tried to increase the spawn rate of the Lycanites dungeons, but I didn't really see a config for the weight of it. There was a config for how close they can spawn together, but there was no config for how many can spawn and where they can spawn. Well, I don't know about that. There was a config for what dimensions they can spawn in, and they're pretty much, they can spawn in every dimension except for the hunting dimension so far. But I'm kind of thinking about changing that. This is not the hunting dimension. I'm kind of thinking about having them spawn, the Lycanites dungeons spawn in the hunting dimension. Oh, this is okay, I like this spawn. Got a wall to back us up. Nice. So it's internally dark here. So there's always mobs spawning. And I guess peaceful mobs spawn here too? I guess it's a thing. And let's, before we go out and venturing too far, let's set this as our home point. But I'm pretty sure nothing spawns here. Except mobs. Like, I don't think there's any dungeons that spawn in here at all. So, I want to keep it that the battle towers don't spawn here. But I'm thinking about putting the Lycanites dungeons in here, because the more places that Lycanites dungeons can be, the better. Because, well, honestly, they're just a lot of fun. Oh, I found a config in the inventory pets folder that I can remove the crafting recipes for all the inventory pets. So all the coding and copy and pasting I did to remove the, ooh, there's my buddy from my third run through, the light quill beast. But we're not gonna get him. We're just gonna kind of float around. But anyways, what was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying. That quill beast threw me off. Anyway, next subject that I had in mind, besides the fact that these guys have more damage, more health, and more stuff like that, the Lycanites mobs do not take magic damage well. In particular, if you try to freeze the Lycanites mobs using the freeze spell, I'll see if I can show it on camera. It's gonna trip everything out, and I don't know how to fix this either. So I need to find a Lycanites mob away from everything else that I can freeze and stay safe. It doesn't crash the game, but it does something really funky. Alright, not the Quill Beast, he can shoot back. Let's get this Pharodon. What are you? There's an Ashen Pharodon. Man, I'm gonna come here to get my next mount. See, look at the screen. Can you guys see that? Yeah, there we go. I don't know if you guys can see that on camera, but it's usually worse than this. If I freeze Lycanite's mobs, it straight up just, like, messes with everything. So, all the other stuff, the summon zombies work okay. And I guess the lightning bolt doesn't do too bad either. But it seems like they do a lot less damage than, on the lightning. There's a supercharged creeper. Oh man, I wonder, is it a supercharged? It is a supercharged creeper because I'm shooting the lightning bolts. Wicked, I can make supercharged creepers. I don't know if that's good or anything, but that's news to me. Might have to go down there and just kill them all with the sword. I just don't want to get super creepered. And I'm trying to get my wand up so I can become a next level mage. I want to take on a battle tower as magic, because I don't know how much more I'm going to go through this mod pack until I decide to start a new one. Because now I've been working on a lot more of, like, the small stuff. Like, I'm actually working on trying to get rid of the supercharged creepers so I can just go down and kill them all. Azure Ventoraptor. The fastest ground mounts you can get. I think. Is the Ventoraptor the fastest, or the other raptor? There's two different kinds of raptors. But one of them is the fastest ground mount you can get. But right now, I'm working on mostly the small stuff. Like, actually, as we speak, well, not as we speak, because I can't do two things at once. But today, I am going to, excuse me. Today I'm going to try to make a... I'm sorry. There's a battle tower. I didn't think they spawned here. But today I'm going to try to make a custom Minecraft skin, I think. And I know that's not essential to the mod pack, but it's something I've been putting off for a long time. I didn't think these spawned here. I mean, at least it isn't like the overworld where they're like every 20 blocks there's a tower, but I mean, I guess this is one place they should spawn, but I think they kind of like, they're weighted so heavy that it kind of drowns out the game. Like, everything is, everywhere you look's a battle tower. It turns out this takes a lot more killing and experience than you think to get your wand to novice. I'd hate to see how much it's gonna take to get the master. I'll probably do that off camera. Probably when I decide to go to the Nether to get my data module up for wither skeletons. Well, once I'm out of magic, we're just go down there and kill them all. We'll head back to the main dimension. I don't know why I'm dying. It's gotta be one of those zombies, one of those special zombies. Holy crap. I don't freeze now, man. Oh, that doesn't matter. My vampire super sword, I ain't gotta worry. Holy crap! So I capped out, because I have the spawners mod in here, which I worked on too, I capped out the spawner controller to do 250 mobs before it breaks. So, if this spawns 250 mobs, it'll break, but then I set it that way because if you make a mob farm and you make spawners, they will spawn 250 mobs and then they'll break. So then you can't just, sit and farm, a million zombies. I mean, I know that's kind of the point of having a mob grinder, but I wanted to make sure it's... I want to maintain the need to go and adventure. And I mean, honestly, once you get one spawner, if you do things right, you have as many spawners as you need, because the spawner will drop a spawner, and you can craft the spawner, and on top of that, if you use the fishing rod thing to get the pieces, then you can get eggs for the spawners that you make next. So if you're preemptive about it, you can keep on the spawners and not really have to go adventure, but I don't want it to be. See, it was previously set to 100, 100 mobs, and then it broke. But I was like, well, I don't want to do that because, you know, 100 mobs isn't really that much when you think about it. So I decided to go with 250. You're in the wrong dimension there, Nymph. So we'll see how close we are to being able to level up the wand. It should be pretty, I mean, it should be almost kind of close. I mean, that was 3 whole things of mana pretty much. I don't know if it's required by the amount of experience you get. By the way, where's my experience for killing all those guys? Am I in creative mode? No? What is going on? I don't know what's going on. I should have probably like 15, 20 levels. I didn't pay attention if I was getting experience in there. I did mess with the configs in there too. Oh man. Come here, I gotta see something. There's my levels. Okay, so that's fine. I was worried for a second that I messed something up there. Now this is concerning. You guys see that, right? Like, there we go. Had to update the blocks, I guess. Okay, so we're back. Alright. Now, let's check the wand, because that's pretty much what I'm going for here. Look, all that, and I still need, it's probably only, what, 2/3? So I'll have to go kill a bunch more. You know, at least that's a start. Mostly I wanted to show off this episode, be like, hey, you know, this is what I've done. You know, this is, you know, make sure I'm keeping you guys in the loop of how far I'm getting with the actual configs and stuff. So then if my mod pack ever actually gets semi-important, then, you know, you'll have this video to look back on and be like, hey, you know what? So that's how he did that. That's how we can change that, you know? That's how we can do this, that, and the other thing. This guy, I've set him to a redstone signal because I don't want him clicking whenever I'm trying to, like, make ingots. So I had that set up to make my scorched brick for the high oven, which hasn't crashed my server for a little bit, so I don't know if that problem resolved itself or I did something. I'm not really sure. Still haven't used it. I'm still just pretty much here. These are down here just for decoration. You don't need these. It does have to be a complete 3x3 block with a hollow center to work. Mine's 3x3x4, 4 high, because it goes down to the ground one. But it has to be a 3x3. And that just gives it 2 spaces, which I don't know if it really matters. It can only hold 24 ingots. Like I said, I don't think I'm actually going to use this. I do plan to test it out and see what recipes they have, but if you go into here and you go high oven and you see what it can make, you have 2 pages of recipes for the mixing. Any iron part with these 3 things will give you steel. And then any iron part with these 3 things will give you pig iron, and then night slime. Okay, that kind of makes sense. I get it. And then you got one that does, you know, water to steam. Also makes sense. But then you have this, which has 1,187 pages of recipes, which 2 pages per recipe is like 2,374? 2,300? Yeah, 2,374 recipes. So I'm not going to go and thumb through all these to see if there's any, you know, diamonds in the rough. Because it's every ore every piece of armor, every temperature it takes to get to that armor, or to that liquefaction. So, I am kind of curious in this. Liquid prismarine. Huh. I didn't even know you could do that. But I mean, I guess ultimately I could use this to do things like melting redstone and stuff that I can't melt in the other furnace. But I do have the magma crucible for that. But this would be an alternative. Other than that, I mean, I can sit here and I can click this thing for freaking ever. And it's just going to be like everything made of stone. Everything made of, iron. Everything, it's an ore. Everything that's metal. Anything that can be melted is in here. So pretty much every single item that can be turned into something by melting it, you can do in this oven. Which is cool, but I kind of wish they had a better system for showing this. Like even if they had everything, like tabs for everything you can make out of pig iron or something, because this stuff is pretty useless to have in here. I know every pig iron part, if I melt it down in here, is going to give me pig iron. So if they just had like something to sum that up, like okay, something to represent like Tinker's pig iron items, like one icon for everything, because that's what it is. Every single pig iron item from Tinker's you can remelt. The only thing that, you know what, here's something I'm curious about. I don't think it's going to work, because you can make them out of two different things, but I accidentally made two blank casts when I was switching out the ingot thing. Yeah, you can't melt them down. See, because you can make these out of brass or gold, so I think that's why you ain't allowed to do it. But I was hoping I'd be able to, if I was, I can't, I won't melt it down anyway, because see the white bar? So, I mean, even if I had heat in there, well, do you know what? We could try it. I mean, it's not like I'm hurting for coal. Char. We'll give it a shot. If it melts down, it melts down. If it doesn't, I wasted 32 coal. Not a big deal. I don't think it's going to work, but once that hits, I don't know what the temperature for gold is. What real life, it's like, I better not say anything, because real life, I'm not sure. You know what? I'll take a stab at it. I think gold melts at around 1600 degrees Fahrenheit real life. But don't quote me. I'm not entirely sure. I do believe it's around copper though. I gotta see. I gotta know. Nether gold, 192 degrees Celsius. That's definitely not right. 33 degrees Celsius. Yeah, that's definitely not right. What, 0 degrees Fahrenheit is 32 degrees Celsius? So this would only be like 200 degrees maybe Fahrenheit? No, 300. Like 300 degrees Fahrenheit, give or take. So these numbers are drastically reduced for gameplay. I would guarantee it. Because this is more like it. This is the numbers you'd see with metal melting. Like most metal melting. I mean, even let's find one. This one's like you'd melt like lead with this, like tin and lead. Actually, tin might not even melt at 192 degrees Celsius. Lead would probably be a little dicey. I think it's got to be like, you know what? I'm gonna stop talking because I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure. So I'm not really given accurate information the way I'm doing it. So, but point in case is the levels of heat required to melt some of these things are way lower than what they are in real life. I can't even melt that. Wow. Oh wait, what does it say? It doesn't say anything. Alright. So apparently that's not going to work. Alright. Whatever. Worth a try. I think I'm going to end the episode there. I know we didn't do too much. We went to the hunting dimension and tested out my new boomstick. I was going to go to the nether and try to do some wither skeleton stuff, but I don't think I'm in the right headspace to try to fight a bunch of nether mobs right now. The hunting dimension is a little rough, but when I can fly, I don't have to worry about, being distracted. Now, this is great. I have this packaging, I don't know if I explained this. I started trying to do this with a packager. It's not the packager you need. You need the auto crafter, which I should have known that. I don't know why I did the packager. But the auto crafter does, I have it pulling all the cobblestone that comes out of my miner. It goes through here, and it turns it into a furnace and puts it back in here. And I take the furnaces out and I put them in my matter decomposer, and they turn into diamonds. So that's my system with that. It's great, but the downside is I have no cobblestone, so whenever I go to craft and I need cobblestone, it's kind of like a pain. This setup isn't been doing so great. I switched this to just wheat, which, why isn't it doing its thing? Because I switched dimensions. Oh no, I'm out of wheat. But that's kind of good. That's kind of good because I need to change this to something else anyway. Once I got more seeds, I got 10,000 carrots, so we're gonna start liquidating carrots. I changed this to nothing but wheat, but now the downside to this is that was producing seeds and wheat to make fuel, but now I'll be getting less seeds. But the good thing is I went and why can't I fly? There we go. Alright. So I went and changed all this out to wheat, because I figured that's going to be the best way going for the fuel thing. And I'm not eating none of the crap. I got so much carrots and wheat and stuff. It's coming out my ears. Literally. So this will burn through 10,000 carrots in about 20 minutes. And then I'll have, 2,000 potatoes I can go in, and I'll go back to wheat again. Actually, birch trees are something I'm going to do too, because if I don't pay attention, I don't have this exporting birch trees, which I guess I could. I just have to change this, take this off, because it shouldn't take them out of here. Yeah, it's not taking them out of here. So this thing will fill up with birch saplings, but now this will go straight into there, and then I'll be able to use birch saplings to get biomass as well, or bio whatever it is. But I guess that's pretty much it for this one. I'm gonna call it a day. I might shoot another episode later if I can think of anything to actually do. But I think I'm mostly just gonna see if I can work on the Tinker's Construct configs and get all the metals in the weapons department suited up with something. See if I can fix that tin. And I think that's gonna be it. And make my custom Minecraft skin. Take some more NyQuil. Probably a good idea. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.